Hi, mister. So this is my evidence number 3, and here are the instructions, and hope you like it. So this is my drawing of the male reproductive system, and I'm going to label the parts. So first, the penis is located here, and the penis is a male external sexual organ located superior to the scrotum and inferior to the umbilicus. Okay, so now the testes or testicles, right here. And the testes are also known as testicles, are the male gonads responsible for the production of sperm and testosterone. Okay, then the bladder, which is located here. The bladder, a sac within the abdominal region of the human body that stores the fluid waste called urine. Okay, now the prostate, that is located here. The prostate, it secretes a milky and alkaline fluids that create a favorable environment for the sperm. And the last one, the urethra, which is located here. The urethra is a tube that carries the urine from the bladder to outside the body. Okay, so now I will describe the path that the sperm follows. So the sperm origins here at the testicles or testes, and it goes throughout this tube, right here, and then it goes out when you masturbate or when you urine. Thank you.
My name is Octavio, and I will talk about the hypothalamus and pituitary gland on the human brain. The hypothalamus is located below the thalamus and sits just above the brainstem. Its primary function is to maintain homeostasis in the body. The hypothalamus links the nervous and endocrine systems by way of the pituitary gland. Its function is to secrete releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones to stimulate or inhibit production of hormones in the anterior pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, that is here, is attached to the hypothalamus and stores hormones from the hypothalamus and releases them into the bloodstream. The pituitary consists of an anterior lobe and posterior lobe, each of which have distinct functions. The pituitary gland is the responsible of releasing the following human hormones: the human growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, prolactin, adrenocorticotropic hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Thank you very much for your attention.
This is my drawing of the organs that contribute to the production of the seminal fluid. So first is the prostate, which I already explained, which is here. Then the bulbourachal glands are here, right here. These secrete alkaline mucus, which lubricating properties. And then the seminal vesicles, which are here in the red point. This contributes about 60% of the total volume of semen, and the testes, which I already explained.
The hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis coordinates reproductive behavior with ovulation. The primary signal from the central nervous system is gonadotropin releasing hormone, which modulates the activity of anterior pituitary gonadotropes, regulating follicle stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone release. As ovarian follicles develop, they release estradiol, which negatively regulates further release of GnRH and FSH. As estradiol concentrations peak, they trigger the surge release of GnRH, which leads to LH release inducing ovulation. Release of GnRH within the central nervous system helps modulate reproductive behaviors, providing a node at which control of reproduction is regulated. To address these issues, this review focuses on several critical questions. How is HPG axis regulated in species with different reproductive strategies? As a rule, the ovarian cycle lasts 20 days. It is fully recruitment of so-called follicle cohort, and within this, the selection of a mature follicle. This phase ends with ovulation. Estradiol is distributed lasts 20 days. It is fully recruitment of so-called follicle cohort, and within this, the selection of a mature follicle. This phase ends with ovulation. Estradiol is the estrogen hormone, normally lasts 14 days, but this can vary considerably. In case if this varies more than if this lasts more than 14 days, you probably have to check a doctor. Well, the second phase is the luteal phase. Progesterone production by the yellow body equals corpus luteum and lasts 14 days, which is constant. All of these originate from the hypothalamus, which releases the hormones to produce both the ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle.
Okay, so this is my drawing of the female reproductive system, and I'm going to label the parts. So first, the fallopian tube. Okay, the fallopian tube are a pair of muscular tubes that extend from the left and the right superior corners to the uterus as to the edge of the ovaries. Okay, so now the uterus, which is located here. The uterus is a hollow muscular pear-shaped organ located at the posterior and superior to the urinary bladder. Okay, so the cervix, which is located here. The cervix is the narrow entryway between the vagina and the uterus. Then the ovaries, which is located here and here. The ovaries start making more estrogen and hormones, which cause body changes like your period. And the last one, the vagina, which is located here. The vagina is an elastic muscular tube that connects the cervix of the uterus to the exterior of the body. Okay, so the fertilization, it usually occurs here, which is when the sperm has to meet the ovary, or it won't be able to develop enough to continue to the wall of the endometrium, which is here.
We will talk about the female reproductive hormones that are the gonadotropin releasing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, the luteinizing hormone, estrogen, and progesterone. Here we show you a diagram in which the process is explained. Here you can see the hypothalamus produce the gonadotropin releasing hormone. The pituitary gland produce the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. These two are located on the brain, which gives the order to the ovaries that produce the ova and the estrogen and progesterone that are the ones who are in charge to produce this. And this is located on the pelvic cavity. Well, the length of the menstrual cycle is typically 28 days, but it can be highly variable. In some women, it may be as short as 21 days or as long as 39 days. The menstrual cycle is best understood if we focus first on the events occurring in the ovaries. Well, With this, we can finish the female explanation of the reproductive hormones that are involved. Thank you very much for your attention.